Good morning, everybody. My name is Nate Morris, and I'd like to welcome you back to another video. Today, we return to Charlotte Motor Speedway for the third year in a row for the 2025 edition of the Cookout Summer Shootout. Although we wrecked in our last race at Anderson, we're coming off of some strong results in the Spring Nationals in Nashville, and so I'm very excited for this series. I think we can put together some strong races and overall have a really good showing here. I have not yet run a better lap time than I did last year, but I've been far more consistent with lower lap times. So I'm very excited going into today's events. In practice for today's race, I spent all day inside the top 20, and in the final practice, I was 15th quickest. However, qualifying is a much different animal than practice. I only have 4 laps to go out here and lay down a good lap, so I need to come out of the gates strong and put some good numbers on the board quickly, so I can try to improve over the next 3 laps. My goals for today are 1, make the feature without having to run a B main, 2, qualify in the top 15, and 3, try to get a top 10 finish here at Charlotte Motor Speedway. Thank y'all for clicking on today's video. I hope you enjoy it, and let's get into it. All right, qualifying went really well. In the final practice session, my best lap that I ran was a 17:55, and that put me 15th overall. Going into qualifying, I felt like running a 17:50 something would put me solidly in the top 20, which would lock straight into the feature. And I thought that more than likely it would be in that top 15, based on the practices that we've had today. I went out and ran a 17:52, 300ths faster than what I ran in final practice, and I qualified not in the top 10, not in the top 15, 19th. So I made it into the feature by 2 spots. So a lot closer than I thought it was going to be, and times are a lot faster than they seem to be in practice all day long. The good news is that I am locked into the feature, so I don't have to worry about trying to make the race through a B main, and I can just focus on getting out there and trying to work my way forwards. Unfortunately, weather has been an issue for us the past 2 weeks between practice, testing, and even here on race day. And while we do have the ability to run in the rain on wet weather tires, we don't have anything that we can do about lightning. So our race was rescheduled for the next day. The good news is that the skies are clear for race day. So I'm ready to get out here in the feature and start working my way forward and hopefully get a good finish.
It was good to spend a little time with Joey. He talked a lot about his son Neil and the racing. Neil going to start this one in position number 9. Here they come off turn number 4, the restart box. And the start box right there off the turn. Green lights are on. Oh boy.
3 wide for the race lead. Wow. We made it through turns 1 and 2 trying it. We did it in 3 and 4 and succeeded. We're not, well, hang on. We almost tried it again in turn 1. We thought better of it. Lap 1's in the books. Up front's Chase Burgesson, and somehow everybody's made it through a lap and a half.
Chase Burgesson, the racer out of Yucapa, California, out here running. Chase's plan for this year is a fascinating one, and that he's running in 2 series. He's running Legends cars really throughout the Carolinas, and he's running the Cars Tour West series and doing a good job with everything. Cars Tour West is on a little bit of a hiatus, and he's going to be all focused on North Carolina. The 81s get together, and Hunter Jordan goes skittering off the racetrack. And we'll see if we can get that car fired off.
He's not happy. Watch those arms in the cockpit. He is not happy.
Now the rear bumper has come off from that as well, as he got to flank Chase Burgesson as we get ready to go back to green flag racing action. Burgesson sets the pace, gets about a half a car length, now a full car length. Kitzmiller there off the back bumper. Got Dylan Faulkner down on the low side. McConaughey wheeling and dealing on the top side of the speedway as they make their way through turns 3 and 4. Trouble. Allison Johnson gets around in the middle of the pack. Great job of driving by everyone behind the young lady racer. As she spins around, she gets that car fired back off. We stay green.
Tough break for Allison Johnson, but props to her. So many racers would have sat there and waited for the caution flag. And looks like we may have had problems. Something flew off the race car.
Yeah, her front fender, her left front fender sitting right at the start-finish line down here. To go back to racing action, the pace car hangs her right, middle of turns 3 and 4. And we got Aiden McConaughey on the high side. Chase Burgesson down low, green lights are on. We're back at it here in the VP Racing Fuel Legends car, semi-pro ranks, and Kitzmiller, we got trouble. Kitzmiller made a good move down there, but I'm not sure how long this one's going to stand, as we've got cars all over turn 1 and 2.
Yeah, the yellow lights are out for the pro fabrication caution.
Eight wins, including recent victories with the Cars Tour West Legends Series. So running there, he won at the Chili Willy, Stockton 99, Spring Nationals win. So Burgesson a lot of wins as he's racking them up. But right now he's got Isaac Kitzmiller in the top spot. Kitzmiller sets the pace. We got Chisholm in the second spot. Chisholm now up the racetrack, and Burgesson looks his way down to the low side. Oh, Randy Phillips loops it right up from turn number 2. We'll see if he can get that car fired back off. And indeed, well, we're going to have to go caution, unfortunately. Randy Phillips stops over in turn number 2 on the back straightaway. Right now, and they're under the watchful eye of Nick Bubbles Bronson. The car's hit this restart zone right there. Kitzmiller can gas it up, and he does. anywhere in that zone. A little bumper tag as they all got through the gears, and now around goes. We got one the wrong way around down here. Yellow flag is out. And Randy Phillips goes around again. Up into the restart zone. Off turn number 4. Isaac Kitzmiller. Boy, I'll tell you what, the slow pace is catching everybody, and they're bouncing off each other again down into turn number 1. The Rissling brothers get together. Fickinger gets slowed. Sterling Rissling gets to the high side of Fickinger as they battle for position number 7. Battle at the front of the field. Chase Burgesson gets a run on Isaac Kitzmiller. Burgesson takes the top spot back. Kitzmiller runs in the second spot. Chisholm runs in third. And at 4th spot is Dylan Faulkner, a 4-car breakaway at the front of the field. Cameron White having a nice run. White up into position number 5 as we work our way now into the mid stages of this one, and they're all chasing Chase Burgesson. Chase Burgesson, the race leader. Isaac Kitzmiller in that number 2 spot.
Just when things are starting to settle down, a couple of cars get tied up in turn number 2. It brings out the Profab caution yet again. It's like, I believe that's Dylan Thomas in through turns 3 and 4. The intention is to eliminate that and get some cleaner starts into turn 1, but as you said, sometimes a little bit slower can lead to a couple of bottlenecks.
Yeah, because you watch them right here. They go, they grab a gear, they grab another gear, and then they go down and hit the brakes. So you're going up through the gears and hit the brakes at the same time. And that time they got through much cleaner, and it's a learned process as well. Chase Burgesson and really Isaac Kitzmiller about the same pacing on the restarts as they bring them down off turn number 4. Halfway down, we have reached the time limit. We have reached the time limit. Next flag ends it. So let's hope we run the remaining 12 laps of this one all the way to the checkered flag. If we don't make it to the checkered flag, the next race will end it. Chase Burgesson continues to set the pace off turn number 4.
Problems at turn 4 for Dylan Thomas. He got turned around. Can he get it rolling? Field is barreling down the backstretch at full speed. Thomas sits in turn 4, forcing the Profab caution, which means Chase Burgesson will win round number 1 of the Cookout Summer Shootout. VP Racing Semi-Pros. Chalk one up in the win column.
All right, that was a great race for us. I was able to stay out of trouble, and there was a lot of it. And I made a couple good passes, made some smart moves on the choose cone, and I was able to work my way up into the top 10. Unfortunately, on that last run, the 21 car decided to become Kyle Larson and work the outside, and I dropped back to 11th. But still a really solid finish for us, and my best finish at Charlotte by 2 or 3 spots. So I'm very happy about that, and I'm excited to get into the second race of the day. Unfortunately, that second race of the day would never come, as the weather that was in the area just continued to exist, and lightning halted our progress about halfway through qualifying. We were unable to avoid rain and lightning for the rest of the day, so unfortunately, Summer Shootout Round 2 has been postponed to next week. So, be sure to tune back in a few days to catch rounds number 2 and 3 of the Summer Shootout, where hopefully we can continue this momentum that we have going right now. So, thank y'all for watching. I hope y'all enjoyed today's video, and I'll see y'all in the next one.